What's up, One Piece fans? It's Chris the CeeManga here. I'm gonna review this week's chapter of One Piece. Now, this chapter is basically, what we've gotten for the last few weeks now, just character introduction. There's a lot more characters introduced. I know I'm actually not enjoying all these random characters being introduced because we know that they're not going to be significant later on. It's just for this tournament. They're just going to be, and then they're going to be forgotten completely. So it's kind of annoying, just all these just random annoying characters taking up so much screen time. But whatever, we'll just get into it. I think few of them introduced in this chapter seem quite interesting, a bit weird but interesting, and so they might turn out to be something more than just a major annoyance. So let's get into it. First of all, the Prudence King. Yeah, we found out last week that there's an alliance formed between a few of the gladiators or a few members of the tournament. With the Prudence King being at the head of it, he's basically paid off quite a few people to help him win the tournament. And then we found out that he has this really cool ability where he can charge his punch for like an hour, and then it's strong enough to like knock down fortresses and whatever. It's like the ultimate attack. With the ridiculous limitation of having to charge it for an hour, which is ridiculous. Like in a one-on-one fight, he would never be able to use this technique. Because no opponent would give him an hour to charge his attack. So yeah, he needs the help of his minions or his citizens of his country, whatever, to protect him while he charges his attack. And then we found out that he actually has fully charged it already. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to use it. Yeah, so that's Prudence King. He's definitely, because he's gotten so much attention, he's gonna be like one of the the last remaining fighters of this. Actually battle royale left, with Bellamy and everyone else. So he's probably going to be the last remaining one after all the nameless pirates, nameless gladiators get knocked out of the tournament. So Prudence King, he's probably going to be left. Then we jump to Bellamy, which Bellamy is probably the only other character other than Luffy that I actually give a shit about right now in this particular tournament. And Jesus as well. Like they're the only people I really care about at the moment. So Bellamy, he's facing off against this guy that used to be a citizen of Dressrosa, or I think he used to work for Don Flamingo or something. Yeah, but then he's basically took a bribe from the Prudence King. He got payment to help him win the tournament. So yeah, he's a part of that little alliance now, and then Bellamy is giving him shit for it. So the two of them start fighting. Bellamy shows some improved ability. Like I remember from last time, I can't remember if he was able to do this. Like from my memory, when he uses his spring abilities, both his legs transform to the spring, and he bounces off. But we see him actually just transform one leg this time, so that might just show that he's improved quite a bit. Obviously, it's to be expected. It's been like 2-3 years since him and Luffy had their fight, so it's to be expected that he would have improved quite significantly. But like I'm actually looking forward to seeing him go all out against someone quite powerful. While him and this random guy, which he's not even important, were fighting, a couple of people get knocked into the little water. Now the arena is surrounded by water, and then within the water there's they apparently said sharks or something, but we found out that what is in the water is the fighting fish. They were mentioned a few chapters ago that they destroyed a bridge or something. Yeah, the fighting fish. So they're actually in the water, and then they're just fucking up everybody that falls into the water. If you fall in the water, you're fucked. I mean, these things look. They don't look that scary. They're kind of funny looking because they're like fishes with bull heads, and they're not scary looking, but they're interesting. But what got me surprised me was the fact that they were called the little fighting fishes. So I'm like, wait, are those babies? I mean, are those children? Because if those are the actual children, what are the adults looking like? So they must be friggin' huge, but that's yet to be seen. We'll have to wait and find out for that. We get introduced to another character. Yes, character introduction is this what the whole what the whole chapter is about, or the last 3 chapters have been. We see a fishman. I'm like, okay, like I don't remember seeing him a couple of chapters ago. So this is a new character introduction. Obviously he's getting racially attacked by these no-name pirates. They're like, oh hey, fishy, fishy, fishy. Yeah, there's a lot of ignorance, and they try to hit him with this mallet, but then he blocks it, and then he does the same techniques Jinbe has, a fisherman karate. Like he does that, and then he just fucks him up. Then he's saying, what? Yeah. He knows Jinbe. Him and Jinbe are friends, and then he spouts something about fighting or whatever. Like it didn't interest me. What interests me that is a Fishman in the tournament. Cool. That knows Fishman karate even better. So yeah, he's someone to watch out for. Another finalist of this battle royale. And then we found, I think this is the weirdest one so far introduced to this chapter. He's called Blue Gilly. He's like a long-legged tribe. This is the weirdest looking character I've seen in a while, and that's saying something. We're talking about One Piece here. Everyone looks a bit freaky. I don't know what to eat. I don't know how to describe this guy. Like, is 95% of his body is just legs, hairy legs. He's wearing these weird heels. He has his bizarre techniques where his legs, like an octopus, his legs all circling around himself, and he just kicks the shit out of people. Yeah, him. So he's another someone to watch. He's someone else to watch out for. He's gonna be like one of the last fighters left. Freaky looking guy, man. Then we have this nameless gladiator. We know nothing about him, but apparently, I think someone in the audience actually recognizes him somehow. But yeah, like, he's kicking ass as well. He uses one sword, so people thought that he might be a samurai. And yeah, that's really all we got from him. It's called Gladiator Ricky, and that's it. He just fucked some guy up, and then we switched to somewhere else. Man, and then after that we jumped to Luffy and the gladiator girl that he had a conversation with earlier in the early in the last chapter, in a couple of chapters before, and then we actually found her name. Her name is what's her name again? It's Cavendish. I think might have said that wrong, but Cavendish or something like that. And then Luffy, mistaken it and called her Cabbage. So from now on, I'm just gonna call her Cabbage. Luffy stated it, so her name is Cabbage. Yeah, so Cabbage and Luffy having a discussion, and then she's like, oh, I need to get some new posters because basically she has the posters of the worst generation of pirates, which is Luffy's generation, Law, Kid, etc. Yeah, she has a poster of them, but it's all damaged because there's knives and stuff in there. I think people just friggin' hate them. So she said she needs some new posters because she needs to know what they look like. Luffy's like, why are you so interested? And then she wants to defeat them. For some reason, I might have missed the reason, but she wants to defeat them and she needs a new poster. And she was actually hoping that they would have joined this tournament because it's very high profile, and that even if guys like Burgess, Jesus are here, why wouldn't someone from the worst generation be here as well? And then she comes to the realization that they might be under disguise. Obviously, I mean, it's funny for us because she's talking to a member from the worst generation. He's standing right next to her. So whatever, and then this huge old guy shows up out of nowhere, and then he's just like, oh, hey, how's Graps doing? Straw Hat Luffy. And then Luffy's like, huh? You know my granddad? Oh, you know Graps? And then the Cabbage is like, what the fuck? You're Luffy? So yeah, Luffy's cover's been blown now. He's been exposed to the girl, and this old guy knows a lot about Grap. Because they had like a little rivalry in the past or a feud. I mean, Graf left him off there or something like that, and then he said he'll hold a grudge until his children's generation or some shit like that. So yeah, like that was interesting. This old guy. How much does he know about Luffy and Grap? Where's that going to take the story? And then what is Cabbage going to do, knowing that Lucy is Luffy? So that's cool. I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen with that now. Not so much interested with all the random characters introduced, but interested in Cabbage's and Luffy's development. What's going to happen between them, because I think she's a cool character. From what we've seen so far, she might end up being the Vivi of Dressrosa, or maybe a new Straw Hat member, which is really doubtful, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on the chapter. It was interesting. It's just that we've gotten too much character introduction of these characters that, a lot of people don't really care about. I think, focus on people we care about, and then, give us some badass fights, and then everything is all good. Anyway, guys, that's my review of the chapter. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a thumbs up. It helps out a lot, and as always, subscribe to the channel for more of our videos. Anyway, guys, take care.